Hey y'all, welcome back to the history of the guitars, episode 4. This is my 2000 Ibanez JEM77 Floral, also known as Mr. Caterpillar, which we will get to in the rest of the story of this guitar as to why I named it that. And I apologize for being way behind. This is June now. The last episode I did was in March on the Wolfgang bill. I definitely have been busier. I've been back to work for the last just over 2 months, which I'm thrilled about. And it is boiling hot here. It's only 80 degrees or so in the valley right now. So that's why I've got the fan on. I've got the Steve Vai hair going on. And I'm playing the Steve Vai guitar today, so why not? You know, the lighting is as good as it can be for what I've got here. Apologies for that, but it's not like I'm doing a hugely professional video here. But so let me jump into the specs and all this on this amazing instrument. This is a 2000. This is, of course, it's a basswood body. The pickups are Ibanez DiMarzio PAF Pros, humbucker, single humbucker, 5-way switch. Only thing on this guitar that is not stock is the knobs and the switch tip. They were originally pink. I bought it this way. They were green. I like the green better. I have the originals in the case. I have just never put them on the guitar. At one time I did have a trim stabilizer in the back of the bridge, but a few years ago I actually decided that I liked floating bridges better because of the way they feel, and took all the trim stabilizers out of my guitars that had them. They had some tuning stability, but they just feel too stiff anymore, and they're not fully usable as a trim. Technically they are, but it limits what you're able to do with it. You're still screwed if you break a string, you're out of tune, but that's just what a floating bridge consists of. And then first you've got the logo here, and then you've got the back with all of the graphics and everything. My buddy Drew Zaragoza's name, Mr. Caterpillar. This is the song on his first album. So before I get to why I named it Mr. Caterpillar, let me just give you a rundown of the history of this guitar. So at the time I bought this on August 29th, 2003 from Jerry Kramer in Warsaw, Indiana at Mountain Music for $1,500. I went into the store because they had reissued this particular model that year, and it came out with I believe it was 15th anniversary model. What was unique about these were all one of a kind with the floral pattern on the body, because this is actual cloth on here. It's been shellacked over. It's not painted on there. And all the 15th anniversary ones were one of a kind. Or no, I'm sorry, they were the same exact floral design. They were all autographed by Steve Vai. So I went into the shop and said, I'd like to have one. I was getting a tax return pretty soon. Normally about $1,700 or something with the discount from the store. I couldn't tell you what they retailed for. It's been too long ago. And Jerry wasn't there. His wife was there, and my friend Gary Gerard. What's up, man? I used to work with him at the Times-Union newspaper in Warsaw, Indiana. And Gary was like, because he was in a band with Jerry at the time, he said, check this out. He walks over and pulls up a case that says Ibanez on it, and pulls, and this is inside. And my eyes just popped out of my head. And I originally wanted the white JEM 7VWH, which is the main flagship JEM that they made more of than this. This one and that one are the two that they made the most of. And I played it, or I can't remember if I played it at that moment or not, but I was in love with it. And then Jerry came back and told him about how I wanted the 15th anniversary one, if they could order me one and all that. He said, tell you what. And he walked over and grabbed the case that this was in. I knew he was going to get it out for me. He said, I'll give you this for $1,500. His wife had bought it for him for a Christmas gift off of eBay. It was pristine. It was flawless at that time. And he just never played it. He had a 10th anniversary JEM he played the shit out of, wore off all the chrome on the pickups and everything. I'd love to have one of those too, but they're extremely high dollar. Actually, any real gem, don't buy that Indonesian shit, because, yeah, Gem Junior is not a gem. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Because it says gem on the headstock does not mean it's one. But anyway, so I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll give you cash. I drove home like a bat out of hell in my S10 pickup, and since I wanted to make it a special occasion, I decided to drive back with my Camaro, because at the time I didn't have a checking account or anything. I paid everything with cash. And my Camaro had a problem with overheating, so it overheated on the way to the store. I had to turn around, drive home, park it, then get in my pickup truck, and then drive to the store and give him the cash, which took, maybe 2 hours, if that, from the time he told me he would sell it to me. And I just peeled off however much, and here you go, and he gave it to me, and good to go. I bought the same. I've got a receipt for the neck strap in the pile. I've got all the inspection stuff from Ibanez in here with all the paperwork. I don't keep paperwork on instruments like this anymore, but for the ones I've had for as long as I have had them, I've still got all the original stuff in there. And this became my main guitar in my first band, RED40. With my Wolfgang, the previous episode guitar was my main guitar. It was my backup guitar after I got this one. The first time I played this was at the Marshall County Blueberry Festival about a week, not even a week after I got it. One of the crappiest gigs I ever played because it was raining that day. And I made a whopping $40 because Chad, what's up, brother, booked the gig in Plymouth, Indiana, and I hate the Blueberry Festival still to this day. And I have not lived in Indiana for 7 years straight now, because the town of Plymouth, Indiana was not designed to house or inhabit 100 and some thousand people over the course of 3 days. It's a festival. There's nothing special about it. It's a pain in the ass, and getting in and out of there was a royal pain. And for the $40, Chad wanted to play in his hometown, so he booked the show. I told him, don't ever book this gig again unless they're going to pay us $1,000 to play one set, because they paid us something like $250. Yippee, for the whole band. This has been 18 years ago. And of course the guitar performed beautifully, and it literally, they didn't give me any time to set it up, because I barely had any, but it was in, I didn't have time to tune, but it was in perfect tune anyway. And then not long after I got the guitar, I wasn't thrilled with the bridge pickup sound, this one here. So I had it removed, had my buddy, dearly departed friend Bill Wagner, install a Ibanez, I keep saying Ibanez, DiMarzio Evolution pickup in the bridge, which is much hotter and much brighter. And of course that did the job at the time. And that pickup remained in there until sometime in 2014 or 15, I believe. My also dearly departed friend Nick Appelman reinstalled the pickup. So other than the knobs and the switch tip, which were originally pink, which I again do have in the case, the entire guitar is original. I put the original bridge pickup back in, and I never got rid of it in case I wanted to put it back in. And this pickup sounds incredible. These guitars don't sound bad. They're amazing instruments. But I just wanted to have it back to original. And then my next band that I played it with was called SwitchPoint, which I've talked about because my Wolfgang was my other main guitar in that band as well, with Scott, Adam, Nate, the other Scott who was the bass player, also dearly departed, and Adam, the drummer. Ironically, both bands I played this and the Wolfgang in, both the drummers were named Adam. Guy and Zimmerman. What's up, dudes? And and it was cool because that band, we both had 5150s, we both had Wolfgangs, we both had Gems, except Scott had the white Gems and the white Wolfgang, and I had the black ones. It was just a fun band. We played gigs for not even a year, and then the band actually Adam left Indiana and moved to California, and that's why that band ended. We couldn't find a replacement for him. He was such a monster drummer. We had maybe 2 people audition, and it just killed the soul of the band. Nobody wanted to continue after he was done for a lot of good reasons. So, Another cool, very cool fact about this guitar is that I brought this. This is one of 6 guitars I brought with me to LA when I attended the Musicians Institute for the Guitar Institute of Technology program in 2009. This was the very first guitar I played my very first day of school and my very last day of school. And this was, at the time, it was the only Ibanez guitar that I owned. So this one is responsible for me completely falling in love with Ibanez. I have 8 Ibanez guitars now, that you'll be seeing all of through the history of this series as we go. And it's just, I got used to the neck and everything else, and it is just, I wouldn't call it, I would say it's a workhorse. It's very versatile, but it's just such a unique guitar. I mean, just as far as visually, we look at it, there's nothing else like these. And there shouldn't be, because there's nobody else like Steve Vai, so why would his signature instrument be unique? And then on September 2nd, 2010, because it's dated, they had DiMarzio Day at school, and I got to meet Larry DiMarzio, who autographed the headstock. DiMarzio is my favorite musical product that has ever been made. It's just slightly above Ibanez. It's pretty neck and neck, but even the guitars I have that aren't Ibanez, the majority of them do have DiMarzio pickups in them. So, yeah, nice, cool, awesome guy. I was the first guy to talk to him. My brother Drew, who I named this guitar after his song, took the photo of me and Mr. DiMarzio at the school, and I was geeked out. I was like, Mr. DiMarzio, I love your pickup. You know, and he, it was so cool if you could sign my guitar. And he wanted to know which guitars I had and what pickups I had in them. At the time, I only had, I think, 3. I had a Strat with a Evolution. I had a Jackson Dinky with a Tone Zone in it, and I had this one. That seems accurate for the time. It's been a long time. It's been 11 years ago, or almost 11. But that was just totally awesome. And then since then, even though I played it at school all the time, I mean, I played it on performances. I've got videos on my hard drive of me playing like Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo and Money by Pink Floyd in one of my classes. And this turned out to be the wrong guitar to play on Pink Floyd. It's too bright for that. But, you know, live and learn. But I never played it on stage much after SwitchPoint, because the band I was in, Unlawful Acts, my original metal band from back home, I mean, this is too, I wouldn't call it gaudy. I mean, kind of is, but it just looks too pretty for a dark metal band like we were. The last 2 gigs I can remember playing it on stage were with one of my last gigs with Groupies Wanted from Indiana. What's up, Josh, Brittany, Scotty? At the, can't remember the name of the place, the bowling alley in Goshen or Elkhart, because it was in a bar that was smoke-free inside and completely sectioned off from the rest of the bowling alley, so there wasn't a whole bunch of drunks stumbling around. My friend Dale had unfortunately passed that same week, and so I played this in honor of him. We played Here's to Us by Hailstorm. It was our closing song of the night anyway, and I actually played this for Dale at his, in his hospital room, and played that song to him right before, like the day or 2 before he passed. So, R.I.P. Dale. I originally named this guitar Dale because it felt like it had that kind of vibe at the time. And no disrespect to him, but this guitar just doesn't speak Dale Ewers. Anybody who knew Dale Ewers would have to probably agree with me. But it was a special time. Well, it wasn't a special time. It was a terrible time. But you know, it was. You know, I honored him at the time best I thought I was able to do so. And I felt privileged that my band, also Groupies Wanted, the weekend before he passed or was tragically, fatally injured, we were the last live band he ever saw at Peanut, or somewhere in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I can't remember the name of the place. But the reason, and back to Drew, the reason I named this guitar Mr. Caterpillar last summer sometime, I think it was this month, pretty sure, because I think Drew's birthday is this month. I had the stickers that I showed you on the back, and I thought, you know, the color scheme seemed to kind of match that whole vibe. And I put the sticker on the JEM case, which is very elaborate. It's got a gold combination lock on it. You open it up, it looks like something you could sleep comfortably in. It's so elaborate. They don't make those anymore. They make cases for JEMs, and they're still really nice, but they're, for what you pay for a real made-in-Japan JEM like this, you don't get an elaborate case like that anymore. It's crap, but it's what they do. I was just thinking, I was on his birthday last year, I remember this, I remember putting it on my Facebook, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look right on the case. So I took this out, and I cut this out with the scissors, and then stuck it to the back of the backing plate here, and then I colored it in with a black magic marker so it would match, and then I put his logo and the song, you know, Zaragoza, Mr. Caterpillar. That's my favorite song of his, by the way. Zaragoza. He's an acoustic singer-songwriter, awesome dude, awesome human being. He's working on a new album right now. He's got, the first one was called Child of the Sun. Second one is called Caffeine. I don't know what the third one is because he's still recording it right now. Actually, I've been meaning to do this video for a while, but I'm going to loan this to him so he can play some of the electric guitar parts of his new record on it if he's still in that zone of recording. If not, I'll let him use it on something in the future. But because I only name my guitars after individuals and or well, not organisms, but souls that have inspired me. Like one of my guitars, I'll show you in one of the next several videos, I named after my dearly departed dog. That's the general rundown of this guitar. I mean, I haven't played it on stage since September of 2014, I believe. I played it at Streets of Lancaster, the festival with the band Red Rock. We played, I think, one set with another dearly departed friend, Jamie West. Awesome drummer, just awesome, great dude. Erica Dubois, I think is her last name now. She's the singer. And then Richard, the bass player. John, keyboardist. It's about all that's worth mentioning about him. And I took it to that gig because, again, we were on a flatbed truck, so there was no possibilities of drink getting spilled on or anything. Because this is a valuable guitar. I don't know specifically what it's technically worth, because as we know, the value of something is only worth what somebody's willing to pay for it at the time. The market on these has gone up ridiculously high. I gave $1,500 for this. I've insured for $3,000. And the cheapest one I've seen on Reverb, not even in the condition that this one is because there's some nicks on it, you know. I mean, I've had it for 18 years almost. There's a few little scratches, nothing major. I mean, and I know the lighting in here sucks, but you can see, like, there's one right there on the body. That was from when I was at a gig with SwitchPoint, and the stage was so small at the Dam Landing in Rochester, Indiana, that my guitar just kind of kinked this way on the three-way stand I had, and it knocked into the body of whatever other guitar I had on the stand, probably the Wolfgang. And then, oh, yeah, there's that one right there next to the input jack. I got stupid one time, drank a six-pack, and then decided to plop into my chair that had no padding on the arms, and it popped a chunk out of it right there. Not major, it's not easy to find unless you know right where it is, but that was stupid. I've never ever doing that again. And then besides that, there's not much that's there's another one right there I didn't see before. It might have been there for a while, I'm not sure. I admittedly don't play this guitar very often. It doesn't leave the apartment very often. I will take it to lessons now and then, but I gotta be extremely careful. But the cheapest one of these I think I have seen even on Reverb.com or eBay, $4,600, and it's just retarded. I've seen them for up to $8,000. Now, if somebody gave me $8,000 for this, I'd have a hard time telling them no. I mean, not that I would want to sell it. I would hate to have to part with it. It would kill me. But it'd be awful hard to resist that. But it's just stupid. But again, you know, if you're going to buy a JEM, hold out for a real made-in-Japan JEM. This is a 77 FP or an FP77, however you say it. I'm not sure entirely. I should know, but you know, big whoop is not a major important detail. detail. And just, you know, save your money, get a real one, or at the very least get a Prestige. Don't buy that Indonesian god-awful, abominable shit, especially a JEM Junior. So, got the thing plugged into the old trusty Bandit here. So tune it up, make sure we're good there. Thing almost never goes out of tune. Yep, good to go. Okay. So there's a quick sound test. This is the neck pickup. This is one of a couple guitars that the neck pickup is louder than the bridge pickup. So it's got a little, let me turn that up. That's better. Just some plate reverb from my trusty Hall of Fame 2 TC Electronics pedal. That's the neck pickup clean. Second position. Middle. Fourth. Bridge. I mentioned this is a pretty bright guitar. So, let's do some distortion. That's the neck, that's the bridge. Here's the neck. Gary Moore, Parisian Walkways. So, there's a rundown of Mr. Caterpillar. Thank you for tuning in, and whoever has subscribed. I've gotten a bunch of new subscribers recently. I've been meaning to do more videos, so please bear with me. I'm going to be doing some more pretty soon here. I want to do some pedal demos and do some more performance stuff. Got to get on learning some more covers and all that. But in due time. But again, this is the FP77. This is a 2000 model. Ibanez JEM Floral. Mr. Caterpillar. Hope you enjoyed. And stay tuned for the next episode, which will probably be this month since I took so long to put up another one on here. I'll make up for it with the next guitar in line. So stay tuned. If not, early next month. And I'll be back on track sooner than later. So, it's the Imperial Lift Lord signing off. Thanks for stopping by.